Do you hear voices in your head? Don't worry, you're not the only one. I will be telling you today about how to talk with the dead, if you are willing to. Some of you wrote me about, do I know the medium who will be talking with people who passed, who are maybe around for some time, for some months. You have dreams about them. Some people don't have dreams about them. Some people are desperate to communicate. So I will tell you what to be careful about. What can you do yourself before you even go there? So that's one thing. Another thing is voices that people hear, or certain symptoms that happen to them, whether at night or they cannot sleep. And in all this, what is happening to you, whatever you experience, is it other entity, is it a ghost? I always suggest this common sense within you. So whether it's your imagination, whether something is on, if you will just strongly, fanatically believe that, oh, there is something like an entity or a demons or soul, then you're probably going to be scared and that's it. But if you have a little bit approach that is going to lessen possibilities of what that really is, and have a little bit of curiosity what's happening to you, you may find out different things interesting. So whatever it is, my approach is more about, does it serve me in my life? How does this situation or this experience serves me, makes me better, makes me feel? Does it add to my well-being, or is detrimental to my health or also mental health? So some of the people, as so-called esoteric people, are having so-called magical thinking. And although some of you know me as an author of the Oracle series, where I'm talking about very, very personal, some of the dreams I had, experiences, I was experiencing myself through the characters also that I'm giving my characters. Those experiences, they are very personal. This is my peculiar, my own visions. I'm not imposing that world on anyone to believe. This is a fiction. So if some of you read it and have similar experiences, there is something to talk about and see. But I always suggest at first to myself to have a little bit of distance to what you are experiencing and to see it from different angles. So maybe you can find out more about it that will serve your life in a better way, in a constructive way. So that's my goal. This common sense, that's my like a middle ground, or I call it middle gold. I'm not sure if something like that exists even in English language. However, so if you do hear that, instead of going into the whole scary mode of paranormal and only paranormal, you may have unique experience of something you not understand yet. But if you find out more, that experience may serve in your life. I hope that will be helpful as the first thing. So I'm sorry for my voice. I recently came back from Madrid and it was lovely. However, I got a little bit souvenir in my throat. So it's gonna get better. It is already better. But if you ever go to Madrid, go out a lot and just wonder, where are these people? When these people are sleeping, the clubs are open from 12 to 5 in the morning, and then they go into work, and the clubs are open from Monday till Sunday every day. So pretty interesting. And Madrid is beautiful, and people are amazing, very friendly, talkative. However, you also, as we learned recently, you also have to pay attention to also stealings. You have to pay attention to your things when you are there. Okay, so this vlog is not about Madrid. It's just a little digression. However, if you do experience also something that some people call it a voiceless call, that someone is telling them bad things, they cannot stop and hear those voices, please write it down or before some people say like they're going crazy with those voices, before there is they call it, some people call it voice to skull, and of course there's the whole another topic, paranormal topic, and connected with experiments in America and technology that some people claim it's existing, some people of course are saying that it's not existing. I'm not going to get into all of that because then we go another direction from here. I am more talking about focusing on your personal experience, what to do with it. Is it something you imagine? Is it something real? And even if you do imagine, if you go to psychiatrists, psychologists, and they will tell you, oh, you just imagine that, that is really not helpful for your health. So if you do hear voices, listen to them. Listen to them and find out what are they telling you, what they want you to do or not do. And then, of course, you respond to these voices. This is not easy, of course, for someone who has already the sort of suffers from sort of depression, sort of, you know, other things in life, and had a very strong critic, inner critic. So here, I encourage you strongly to find a person you trust. It would be fantastic if that would be specialist, psychologist, and you can talk to someone about it. Do not act upon those voices, and it's fantastic that if you say you hear voices, you already know this is not your voice. So that's the first step that keeps you sane and conscious that this is not your voice. That's one thing. Another thing is when you are dealing with someone who just passed away, and you do hear voices, these kind of voices, it's a high chance this is the ghost talking and wants to naturally connect with you. Some of you are great empaths and you do not believe in abilities that you can actually connect with the voice of the ghost. This is different kind of the voice. And I will tell you how to differentiate those voices too here. So a lot from you wrote me, and mostly in the Polish, from the Polish side of this channel, that you're looking for a medium who would be communicating. You want a medium, you want someone else to communicate for you with a close one that you suspect that is living with you right now, that is not away. In my second book of the Oracle series, I exactly explain how does it look like, because I had that experience. So these I learned from my own experiences before I studied the topic more. It happened to me, so I understand everyone who is in a little bit of the desperation and wants to quickly find a medium and find out what's going on. I get that. However, before you do, it's a high chance that you are medium yourself and you can do it first. So check this out. First of all, start talking to your loved one that departed in a very normal tone, just like regularly, like this person will be still alive. Just normally, in an open way, communicate, whether telepathically or just with the voice, and talk in a very, very simple, give simple questions. If you are empath, natural medium, you are going to instantly hear voice in your head, have the images in your head. So pay attention that the soul of someone on the other side communicates with you through different channels of communication. So you are psychic in clear vision, clairvoyant. You can hear it, you can smell it. You are going to get a sign. But some of you, you can dream it. You can have dreams, of course. Most of my communication that time with my departed cousin was through dreams. He was teaching me and showing me how it is on the other side for long months. So from that experience, and this is only my experience, and be very careful that I'm not telling you that this is the only way and that's that's how it should be. And frankly spoken, all my series I wrote as a fiction because I do not want to implement my personal map of paranormal into other people, because I think everyone creates their own map. And if we have something common and we can exchange our experiences, that's great. And I didn't know anybody who would use those sort of experience, a very personal experience, and still put it in a world of fiction. Normally these are very personal stories, and some of the books I like, then people are taking maybe on the ships, maybe on the different to the different dimensions by entities. And as long as it's objective, like this is their world, they are not imposed that like this is the ultimate truth, I'm fine with it. The problem starts when those people are trying to influence and tell that this is the ultimate and absolute truth. So it's a little bit like I have a distance to my own seeing, and I encourage you to do so, because if you do have that distance and a little bit of objectivity, even if you see demons and angels and whoever you're seeing, then you have a better chance to differentiate what's happening to you and how you can really draw something constructive from those experiences and not go insane. I think it's pretty important. So let's jump into that, how to start this communication. So you wait for the sign. Some of you who claim you do not have any abilities, any psychic abilities, just wait. Ask the question, and the last channel of communication with you is the universe. So you are going to get a sign. So it's going to be a practice for you of alertness. I think that's the best word here. So you are alert what's happening to you. So the signs are coming in the forms of people talking certain sentence that triggers some strong emotions and memory about that person. There is a certain book, you turn on internet and someone says some important words again that triggers you. So you follow what's happening, what kind of sign it is, and what kind of emotions, memories and thoughts that will trigger within you. That's the communication of the dead person with you. Ghost, close one, however you call it. So if you do decide, if you practice for a few times but still does not work very well, you don't see any signs and you still want a medium to do it for you, fine. Before you go, here is very important. The more you desperate, the more you are attracting someone that is going to abuse you financially, energetically, ghost, or financially the specialist that is not always a specialist. So please check the specialist. And how do you do that? How do you do that? So when someone comes to me and I read my tarot for them, I always ask, do not tell me anything. I do not want to know any stories, because if someone is a good psychologist, they can read you just for psychology, what's going on. So you cannot really differentiate. But if you don't tell them anything and their information passed to you is valid, then you have a good sign that this is real. Now, if you go to medium, and it may happen that the medium has no agreement from the soul, from the ghost, to tell you things. The presence will be around. It can be in the air, but there is no agreement. So in this case, if this is honest medium, will tell you that I don't get anything, and you just continue. But some of the people try to push it. Some of the people are trying to do sort of rituals that calling on purpose the ghost or forcing the ghost to talk. When this happens, you will notice declining in your energy, your health, also finances, because that finance is also energy. and be very careful with it. So please differentiate that before you go. And when you go, withdraw yourself if you notice those sort of things that is happening in your space. If the medium has an agreement, you will actually get a clarity, releasing of some portion of emotions. You are going to feel good, and you're not going to have this decline in your energy, like you are tired, sick, or anything like that. So I'm going to give you an example here. Again, you do not have to bring the picture to the medium of your departed one, and this is why. So long time in Berlin, I was asked to communicate with the woman in coma. She was an older lady, and her husband wanted her, of course, to wake up, and was asking me questions. Can I communicate with her? And I touched her head, and her hair were gray. Unfortunately, I was confused because I saw the picture in his home when I visited him, and then he told me, like, please, can you go with me to the hospital? And this lady was a blonde lady on this picture. So when I touched the lady, I was very confused and surprised that behind me stood very young brunette woman, and she started to tell me why she is in coma, what to do so she can go, and so on, so on. So I passed the message to the man, and I said, but you know, I'm so sorry, but she's supposed to be blonde, but she wasn't. She was brunette. And he cried at that moment, and he said he will show me. So he found an old photo in his album when she was a young lady and she was a brunette. So see, these are all signs that you need to pay attention if your medium you go to is telling you the truth or not. And the honest medium, the honest energy worker will tell you what we should tell you what we are sensing. And we should be also very, very careful if this is what we are seeing, hearing, and communicating to you, it's true. And my personal ethic here is to tell you this is what I'm getting. Please check if this is agreeing with the reality. Not even claiming that what I'm saying it's true. It's very important because it gives you a distance, but it also it's a checking on this person that you are not influencing in the wrong way this person who probably is in a little bit of desperation and really wants to communicate. So if you do it yourself, you have around 1 year in my experience. However, it's not always the true, because later on I had experience with my dancing partner who was passing away, and it took a while, and he was doing a lot of energetical work, a lot, and he was very known in the community. He was a drummer, he was African dancer, and I think the love of people and the work, the energetical work, and his personal prayers, how he was accepting, how he was doing everything, allowed him to pass relatively quickly. So within the first month, I had a dream with him already, and he told me, like, do not call me anymore because I really want to go now. I really want to go now, and now I have my opening. I know what to do. I want this. And he showed me who he's going to be in the next lifetime. So that was really lovely. And of course, for the people we love and we care for, and these are our close ones, it's always hard. It's always hard to let them go. But what it actually keeps them here is exactly our pain, our going back and forth in our mind, calling. It's like, you know, like like someone is calling you continuously on the phone and you cannot switch it off because it's telepathic, right? So I know it's hard. I know it takes some time for people, but as much as we can to release them, we can help them this way to process it, to work on ourselves during that time. There are crucial times when the soul is coming and when the soul is going to the other side. So birth and the death are very, very important moments, because then the portals between worlds are a little bit like lessening. That's my feeling. Please remember, I'm talking from the oracle perspective. We are in the city of dreams here, and different realities, different dimensions. None of it you can prove it scientifically. So observe and take whatever it serves you and helps you live constructively in this lifetime. But at these times, the portals are lessening. So it is also a chance that other entities who would like to maybe feed on human energy or something else wants to get in with it during that time. So some of you, if you do talk with someone who departed and you get voices, messages, but they are contradictory, it's very high chance that it's not the ghost of your loved one talking, it's something else. Or not all the time, or both of them are talking. So it's up to you to differentiate by asking some personal questions that the ghost cannot, this other entity cannot know. Sometimes it depends on the quality of those beings. Sometimes they do know something they should not know about you, and this can be scary. I get that. However, you can still ask those questions to reveal, are you this or not? Like asking 3 times the command, the question, are you him? Are you that person? And reveal yourself. So you're going to get an answer and you can just ward it off. Warding off is for another topic here, but I'm sure I talked about it, and you can just go back a little bit in the playlist about paranormal, supernatural. So let's focus on those signs. If I think I probably told you more or less everything about it. Only the one thing is to practice alertness. For those people who say they don't have dreams, they're not empaths, they don't know how to do it, they just need medium, but they would like to try, but they are very, very sure they don't get these signs. So when you are going to try out, practice what I told you about this intuition, and ask the simple question and wait for the message from the universe in the book, and you get those emotions, certain feelings, then you can also keep practicing with your intuitive mind, your intuition abilities, your psychic abilities. And there's a lot, of course, methods here, but one very, very simple is you ask yourself a question. You close your eyes and you see an apple. Let's say right hand, green apple, left hand, red apple. And you are telling to your mind that, let's say, green apple is yes, the red apple is no. And then when you ask questions, so you anchor this information first in yourself, and you tell yourself, you basically telling yourself, if I see green apple coming to me, that's yes. If I see red apple coming to me, that's no. So ask yourself a question and then see those apples, how they are moving in the space, in your imagination in front of you. So that's the simple question, simple practice. And then if you want to work with those who departed or help someone, that practice already will make your intuitive mind evolving. What it does also, it makes you more believing in your impressions you are getting. So that's what you should know about these little things. So I think this is it for today. Let me know what you are thinking about it. And before I go, I will tell you very, very short information about Ashwagandha, because This is something that we checked also with some nutritionists, and there's a lot of articles already, and everyone has a different recipe for everything in life, and some of the specific help one person, some not. Here is something that is activating pineal gland and working well for the nervous system, as some of the nutritionists I know said. However, there are many articles writing already about the research and what they are bringing. So it's against the cancer. The research is going on about this Ayurvedic plant, and it reduces inflammation, which is very important because most of those sicknesses are also coming from inflammation in the body, in the organism. It's against pain and anxiety, and already a lot of doctors are prescribing this. A lot of doctors in Germany, that's for sure. But it is coming from Ayurvedic medicine. It's of course. So it improves memory. Just to let you know a little bit, you will probably do a little bit more research about it. Those of you who are interested, eases stress and anxiety, improves immune function and anti-aging properties. Now I will tell you a little gossip that I know from the girl who knows someone who knows someone. However, I didn't find the research about it. Please, if you do, let me know or send me the link, because I'm talking about a thyroid. The girl had a thyroid cancer. She lost thyroids, if I say properly. And you know that those people have to take drugs till the end of their life, and most of them do not take it well, so they have a lot of additional symptoms. If you connect with your doctor, then those people who have that problem, and to work with the doctor, Ayurvedic doctor maybe. So the gossip, I am on purposely, because we are on YouTube, saying this is a gossip because I don't find any information about it that would be proving that in internet currently, but maybe it is, maybe I just didn't find it. So the girl took it, and with the cooperation with the doctor, she was able to stop taking other medications and just take ashwagandha. Considering the dosages, of course, you connect with your doctor about it. However, before you do, if you want to improve your intuitive mind and you work with pendulum, try that yourself first. So do this simple test. How much you should take, 1 pill, 2 pills, how many megagrams, and then go to your nutritionist and check if you were right. If you are right, that helps you to improve your confidence within your own knowing what and how much of that is good for you and your body. So I am not big on pendulum myself, but I do work sometimes with it. And recently I had this incident, let's say, when someone asked me to ask how many drops to take of something, and I said, I cannot tell you, I'm not a doctor. However, I checked, and when I connected with the doctor, when that was possible, he confirmed that for me. So that was pretty cool. And if you do have those experiences more and more, then your intuitive mind will be actually getting stronger and stronger. So I encourage you to do some experiments, but before you take it, connect with your doctor first. Yes. Okay, this is it for today. If you have any questions, and of course, if you care for writing me a comment, if you happen to read my first of the series of the Oracle First book or others, or you have some thoughts, please write me a comment on Amazon maybe, or anywhere else you find it. And I would love to read that, what you think, and what are your own personal experiences here. Maybe it's like on the other Polish side, So many people have some similarities of their experiences, and also some explanations about what may actually happening to you and how to process that and how to go about it simply, so your life is more rich and you do not have to ignore it anymore, and you can just be whoever you are. So thank you, and till the next time.